We have the Club World Cup knockout stage finally starting. We're going to drop our predictions because I think this is when the tournament gets good. Like, for real, this is what I've been waiting for. As a Benfica fan, I obviously watched every single Benfica game, but there's been so many games I've missed of the knockout stage, of the group stages. Just because, I don't know, the group stages for me, some of the games are kind of bad. Not bad, but just like not as exciting. But we finally get to go ahead and get ourselves some really good matchups. We got a Brazilian clash that should be really good. We got some European monsters going against each other. We have Messi going against, we have storylines. And that's what's so great about this knockout stages. So let's jump into predictions. We start with Saturday's games, okay? We get Palmeiras versus Botafogo. Now, this is Botafogo is like, this is a tough one for me because I don't watch the Brazilian league much. When it's on TV and I'm chilling, and I remember it's on TV, then I'll give it a watch because the Brazilian games and stuff like that will come on like at a decent time, my time. So I'll be watching them sometimes, but I don't follow it like that. For me, I think Palmeiras are going to be the team that advances in this game. I do think it's going to be very close, and I think the same chance Palmeiras have in this game, Botafogo has in this game. I think it's just one of those Brazilian teams that know each other really, really well. Palmeiras did better in the Brazilian league. Than Botafogo. Like the last time I checked, I think Palmeiras was higher up the table. So I think I'm going to take Palmeiras here, but I wouldn't be surprised if Botafogo takes this one. But again, I think I'm going to be smart here, and I think I'm going to go with the logical answer. I want to go with that and say it's going to be Palmeiras. By the way, Palmeiras won their group on 5 points, and not a terribly hard group, but not an easy group neither. Inter Milan, FC Porto, and the team from Egypt, they came out on top here. Botafogo came out of a very tough group with Seattle Sounders, Atletico Madrid, PSG, and Botafogo. And Botafogo came out on that. So their confidence needs to be high because nobody saw them coming out above Atletico Madrid, and they did. So that's something to really, really take into consideration. Still, I'm going to go Palmeiras, but Botafogo right now going into this game with the most confidence, if I'm being honest with you. We jump into the big game. For me, Benfica versus Chelsea. This is a game of storylines. For example, Enzo left Benfica a year back or 2 years back, and he left it in a way where we were having an unbelievable season. We were very far in the Champions League, and during the winter, he just said he wanted to leave. We ended up getting a crazy amount, like 120 million for him, but you know, he left us mid-season. And it was kind of messy the way he left. So we get that matchup. Chelsea also beat us a few years back in the Europa League final in a last like pretty much like a last minute header. So it should be a very, very good game. I do think it's a good matchup. I think Chelsea have an incredible team, but Chelsea's also on the bounce back from kind of going through a little bit of a time, you know. I think Benfica do have a strong team. Benfica's confidence is to the moon right now because they finally, for the first time in history, beat Bayern. Benfica have a pretty good back line. It should be a very, very good game. I'm going to go, my heart is telling me Benfica, my head is telling me Chelsea. I'm going Benfica. I got to go with my team, bro. I think Benfica can knock out Chelsea. I think Pavlidis scores a goal. I think it ends 3-2 to Benfica. Maybe 2-1 to Benfica. I'm going Benfica. Chelsea fans, don't get mad at me. Next game, we got Inter Milan versus another Brazil. Man, how do I? Inter Milan. I'm just going with them. They've been very good in Europe lately. I know Brazilian teams have been giving European teams a hard time. They were in the Champions League final. I'm going Inter. And I'm moving on quickly from this one. I'm not going to, because if I start thinking about it too much, I'm going Inter. I'm staying with Inter. Next game, Monday at 9 p.m. my time, is Man City versus Al-Hilal. Al-Hilal is obviously a team with a lot of players. Jorge Jesus just left them. I think he got fired. I think he got sacked from the job. I don't think they had the best season this year. I think Benzema's team actually won. I think Benzema's team won it over there in Saudi Arabia. But I think Man City's back, man. I think Man City's back. I think Man City went through a year where we were kind of like, this is not Man City. What the heck happened to Pep Guardiola's team? But I do think Man City's back, and I do think that the Man City is the favorite on this side to go to the final of it. So on this side, there's Palmeiras, Botafogo, the Benfica, the games we just talked about. That's this side of the bracket. I think Man City's the favorite to go to the final on this side of the bracket. I would say them or Inter are the favorites to go to the final here, simply because Man City's Man City, and we've seen how Man City's been over the last 10 years, like 8 years, 5, whatever it is, under Pep Guardiola. 5, 10 years, 8 years, whatever it's been. I don't even know how long he's been there anymore. It feels like it's been 10 years of him there. But Inter Milan, obviously was in the Champions League final as well. So you got to back those two teams to be the favorites to make the final of this side. But yeah, that's what I'm going with. I'm going with Palmeiras, Benfica, Inter Milan, Man City. And that means on Friday, July 4th, which is a holiday here in America, we would have Inter versus Man City. That would be freaking exciting. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. That would be very, 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 very exciting. Anyways, we move on to the next side of the bracket, okay? And we start off with a Saturday game. Now, this is the game where Messi went to PSG to try to help Mbappe and Neymar win PSG their first Champions League. Things didn't go the way it should have went for Messi, Neymar, or Mbappe. And the moment that all of them leave, PSG wins the Champions League. PSG is the strongest team in Europe right now. PSG plays the most exciting football in Europe right now. They're the team that looks the strongest in Europe right now. They're aggressive. They're very smart with the ball. It is very, very hard to beat this team. And I am going to say 5-1 to PSG. I don't know. I'm going to go PSG here. I just think PSG is super, super strong. Could be wrong. I'm going with it. Next game, Flamingo versus Bayern. Very, very good. This is going to be a very, very good game, right? This is going to be a game that's very, very close in my opinion, but I think Bayern's going to edge this one, all right? And I know I've been picking a lot of the European teams at this point, and we have seen European teams have struggled against South American teams for real, but I just think Bayern sees out Flamingo. I think they're going to get past here. I think Bayern lost to Benfica simply because they didn't play their starters. Their starters got a day of rest, a little bit extra rest. So with that being said, I think Bayern's going to beat Flamingo and advance into the next round. And that's where it's going to most likely be PSG versus Bayern, right? PSG versus Bayern. And this is where, when they asked me, like when I was looking at it and Benfica ended up winning the group, Benfica was supposed to be in this Flamingo game. It was supposed to be Flamingo versus Benfica, PSG versus Inter, because we weren't supposed to beat Bayern. No one thought we would beat Bayern. And then I was really scared that if we got by Flamingo, not knowing if we did, but if we did, we were going to play PSG. Now, I'm scared of Chelsea. I am very scared of Chelsea. But would you rather play Chelsea and then Botafogo or Palmeiras? Or would you rather play Flamingo and then play PSG? For me, it was Botafogo, Palmeiras, or Chelsea. And again, you might get eliminated Chelsea, but I mean, the chances of you getting by PSG are very, 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 very hard. Very hard. And Flamingo, I believe, is the team that topped. I could be wrong, but I think they're the team that topped they're top of the Brazilian league right now, right? So I mean, I don't think you really want to face them, right? So I think the other side was easier, but again, playing Chelsea's never easy. We got a big game on July 1st, Real Madrid versus Juve. I just think Real Madrid looks good. I just finished watching the Real Madrid game. They were the last game of the group stages. I think Real Madrid looked really good in the 3-back formation, the 3-back, aka 5-back formation. Mbappe's most likely going to be back for this. Garcia's been playing really well. I'm not sure what Xabi Alonso does with that. Vinicius Jr. looked like he was kind of getting back to himself. The team looked very organized. They looked very compacted. They looked very focused, and they looked very like they had a game plan. But either way, I'm going to go with Real Madrid here. And then we got Dortmund taking on Sergio Ramos and the Mexican Giants. I'm going to go with Dortmund here. Again, I know I picked all European teams. I really did. I picked a lot of European teams. What did I go with? I went with Palmeiras, Benfica, Inter, Man City, PSG, Bayern, Madrid. I literally picked every game that's not a European versus European clash. I took a European team. So I'm probably wrong. Somewhere I'm going to be wrong somewhere, right? And it might be the Bayern game. I don't know. Somewhere I'm going to be wrong. I have to. There's no way that I got this all right. Of course, I'm probably wrong on the Benfica game. Chelsea's probably going to win that game. But take that game out because I'm a Benfica fan, so I'm not going to take Chelsea. I'm a Benfica fan. Take that game out. I think I go wrong somewhere else as well. There's no way I go, how many games there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You think I go 8? You think I go 8 for 8? No way. No way I go 8 for 8. It's impossible I go 8 for 8. Anyways, those are my predictions. Let me know how you guys think I did. I don't think I did that great. But I think Dortmund, Real Madrid, Bayern, PSG, Man City, Inter, Benfica, Palmeiras. By the way, the quarterfinals are going to be stacked. You know what I mean? If the big European giants go through, and let's say Chelsea knocks out Benfica, it could end up being like Benfica, Chelsea, Inter, City, PSG, Bayern, Madrid, and Dortmund all in the quarters. Like that's a more stacked quarterfinals than the Champions League. You know what I mean? That's crazy, bro. Anyways, love you guys. Thank y'all for watching. And yeah, let's let the knockout stages begin, baby.